Hey, it's me. It's me. We're going live. We're on Nichols Retirement Empire Live. I've only done like one or two lives on Nichols Retirement Empire. I've done some lives on Tammy's channel on Collar Valley Cooks. But today I got a directive from my supervisor. And the directive was that I needed to make 4 pies for Thanksgiving. 4 pies for Thanksgiving. I got to make 2 pecan and I got to make 2 French coconut. Okay. So I'm using Tammy's book, her cookbooks, Perfect Pecan Pie, and her French coconut, which is in volume 1. Okay. So pecan pie. Why am I calling it a pecan pie? Because no matter how I say pecan, somebody's going to come on here and they're going to say, that's not how you say pecan. You're supposed to say it pecan, or you're supposed to say it pecan, or whatever. I'm from Georgia and I say it, or I'm from Mississippi. So I'm going to say pecan because nobody says it that way. No, I'm just going to call it pecan because that's how we say it. We say pecan. So let everybody know how you say it because you're going to anyway. People love to do that. They love that. All right, so here we go. All right, I'm going to make 2 of these. I'm going to mix them up separate. I'm not going to mix 2 at one time because that's too complicated for me. All right, you may be able to do that, but not me. And I'm not going to be able to show the end result. I may put some pictures on here later because they take a long time to cook. Okay, both of these pies take a long time to cook. All right, so let's get started. All right, I'm supposed to have 2 tablespoons of melted salted butter. All right, so let's get something to put that in. And I might as well just make a big old mess. Might as well. Just get out everything. I've got out all kind of stuff. I tried to get out everything for both the pies, but I'm sure there's going to be a ton of things that I have missed. All right. So 2 tablespoons of melted butter. All right. So there you go. I'm going to throw that in the microwave. I'm going to be using this, so I'm just going to put it in this for right now. These mixing bowls, any of this stuff that I'm showing today is on my wife's channel or on my wife's webpage. Okay, we've got all this stuff. All right, there that goes. That is melting. All right, now I'm going to need a cup of granulated sugar. So I got these little half cups. I'm going to use these. And her page is www.collardvalleycooks.com. All right, I've got to use, we like K-Row dark corn syrup and K-Row light corn syrup. We mix the 2 syrups together. All right, we get a half a cup of each of those. Let's just go ahead and pour that out while we're waiting on that butter. Let's pour it out. Did I say half a cup? Yeah, this is not going to be half a cup. Well, it's going to be I'm going to let it keep running. I need to get as much out of that as I can. Slowly but surely. I'm going to let that sit there. Let me check on the butter. All right. Butter is definitely melted. All right. This is still pouring. Come on now. Yeah, I'm just going to let that continue to pour. All right. That's an old Indian trick. That's what the Indians used to do. If they couldn't get their Karo syrup out, they'd set it like that. Okay, so I'm making a deep dish recipe. So I need 3 eggs. All right, so while that continues to drain, let's get 3 eggs. Okay. Like I said, I might as well make a big old mess. Just get everything. Okay, so it says melt the butter, add the sugar and eggs, and whisk well. All right. All right, there's 1 egg. You know what? Let's add the sugar. It says 1 cup of granulated sugar. All right. And I believe this is Dixie Crystal sugar. All right, so there's a 1/2 cup and a 1/2 cup. And that much. All right, so 1/2 cup, then the eggs. All right, there's 1. 2 eggs. 3 eggs. Okay. And it says to whisk that together. We will. We will. Pies are very easy to make. Very easy to make. Of course, I'm making a huge, gigantic mess in here today. I'm going to make it look like it's like building a rocket or something. Okay. All right. So then you add the remaining ingredients. Wow. Okay. So we got a 1/2 cup of dark. And I mean, man, that is so close to a 1/2 cup. It's right there, guys. We're going to be a little short on the syrup, but that's okay. It's very close. In my second pie, I'm going to have to use some molasses. Now, you can use different kinds of syrup. You can use Golden Eagle, you can use molasses, all that kind of stuff. All right, so there's that. And then let's put us in a 1/2 cup of this light. We like the mixture of the light and the dark. If you've never tried that, I suggest you give it a try. Suggest you give it a try. All right, there we go. There's my 1/2 cup of that. It's sticky. And what I'm making is for a deep dish. She's got a recipe for a regular pie crust and a regular deep dish pie crust. She's got a recipe for both of them. All right, so there's our syrup. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. That's a lot of vanilla. Vanilla extract. All right. 1, 2. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. All right, what else do we do? A dash of salt. A dash of salt. That was a pinch. Dash. The butter's got salt in it too. Salt's good with anything sweet. All right, 1.5 teaspoons of flour. All right, so I have some White Lily self-rising flour. All right, so let's do 1 teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoons. Okay, so let's not get too, let's do a half teaspoon. Okay, 1.5 teaspoon. And okay, we're ready to go. Now, what I'm going to use is a frozen pie crust. Both of my grandmothers used frozen pie crust. And they said to me when I was a kid that if you didn't use frozen pie crust and you made your own pie crust, that you were a denier of science and modern technology and living. No, they didn't say that. They just used them because it was convenient and easy. Okay. So, but they did use frozen pie crust. They didn't make their own. Not at my house. Not at their house. So let's mix this up good. And Tammy's grandmother didn't make her own. She used frozen. But now I have to tell you, they made a lot of pies. My grandmother on my mother's side, she always had a pie sitting in her kitchen, ready for you to eat some of it. She always had one. Okay, so this is a deep dish, and I believe this one was a Pillsbury. I've got 2 that are Marie Callender's, and I got 2 Pillsbury's. Okay, so the next thing we do is we take, let's make sure we got everything. We got the butter, we got the sugar, we got the eggs, we got corn syrup, we got the vanilla, we got the salt, we got the flour. Okay, we got everything. So now I need 1.5 cups of pecans. All right. And what we do is we put them in and then we pour the filling on top of it. So these are the pecans that we have over here. We have a box of them right here that we keep in the refrigerator, and they are Sunnyland Farms pecans. They sent them to her for her channel, kind of as an advertisement kind of thing, but they're very good. We have a friend that sends us these pecans every year, and we like them so much that we asked Sunnyland if they would, for us advertising, they would send us some of these pecans. And I mean, they're the best. Now, they're high, good pecans. You get what you pay for. Okay. That's one thing that men understand. That's why men, when they go to the grocery store, they don't look at the price. They get what they want. You get what you pay for. Okay. So these are good, but they're a little high. But you don't want bad pecans. You don't want bad tasting pecans that are old. You want fresh, new pecans. And that's what they have. All right. So I got a half. And these are big, pretty pecans too. All right. Here's a cup. And there's a 1.5 cups. Okay. Of pecans. And we just kind of spread them around. Look how pretty. I mean, these are big, pretty pecans. They really are. Just gorgeous. All right. And then we take this. And again, I'm going to make sure it's all stirred up good. God, pecan pie is just absolutely the best thing in the world, I think. Maybe in the whole world. This may be it. The best thing ever in the history of the planet Earth. I know I'm kind of overselling that, but I really like pecan pie. All right, so there's that. All right, so I got this pie, and I can go ahead and I'm going to throw it in the oven. Now, we cook it on, if you got an oven that runs hot, cook it on 325 and cook it. It's going to take at least an hour. It may take 1.5 hours. If you got to cook it till it is done in the middle. Okay, completely done. If you're cooking it and it's taking a long time and the edge is getting brown, You can get some tin foil and put it on the crust, or you can get one of those pie crust cover things, the little tin things you can put over it, but you need to do that, okay? So I'm going to put this one on the top rack. I have 2 racks over here in my oven. It's preheated. My oven runs kind of cool. So we're going to cook ours on 350 instead of 325, all right? So let's do this. Let's put this down. I know I'm losing the heat, but it's okay. It's going to cook like an hour and a half. All right, let's pull that out. Get this nice pecan pie right there. Scoot it in. All right, there's one going. All right, so I'm gonna make another one. God, Chris, this is boring. Well, it's live, you know. Real life is, it's not particularly exciting, is it? All right, so we need another 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Now, I'm out of dark Karo syrup. So I'm going to have to, we'll have to do something. We'll have to do something. All right, let's melt this. And it seems like, you know, you might go, well, what difference does it make? I mean, if you're used to the Karo syrup, you're used to the Karo syrup. That's what you want to taste. But I don't have it. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to put a quarter, okay, quarter cup of this molasses, okay? Or some people say molasses. I'll say molasses, not molasses. But anyway, I'm going to put a quarter instead of a half of this. And then I'll put 3/4 because molasses is strong. Sure is. Then I'm going to put 3/4 of the light syrup. And hopefully that will hopefully that'll give me the taste. It's very close to what I'm used to tasting. All right, so we got our butter. All right, so we go butter. Then we go to sugar. So another cup of sugar. 1/2. Oh, let's get you guys in on the action. All right, so I got the butter in there, the 2, and that much more sugar. All right, so I got the cup of sugar. All right, now we need our eggs. We want 3 eggs. All right. We have got so many eggs, guys. We really do. That's a dirty egg. That's all right. I'm going to have to wash my hands after handling that egg. All right, there's 1 egg. All right, let's wash our hands. Let's wash our hands. Soap. All right. That's what happens when you got live chickens doing live chicken things. All right. Egg number 2. Egg number 3. Come on with me, egg. All right. Egg number 3. All right. There's that. Mix all that up together. Oh my Lord. What have I done? Guys, I have got egg yolk on my, that's okay. That's okay. If that kind of thing makes you go off track, you don't need to be cooking. That is not going to phase me whatsoever. I don't even care. I don't even care, guys. All right. But I do want that wiped up. I do care about that. It's getting on my nerves. All right. Well, we lost some yolk, but that's okay. All right. Now we need our syrup. So here's my quarter of molasses. Tammy was very surprised that we were out of dark Cairo corn syrup, but I don't want to go to the store. I'm sure this will be good. All right. Now we need a half a cup. No, we need 3/4 of a cup. This thing's hard to see. Okay, I see it. I see 3/4. Yeah, we don't like when it's just the light syrup or just the dark syrup. We like the mix. Okay, there it is. We like the mix. We just do. It's just what we like. Try to get it all in here. And like I said, if you have a certain type of pecan pie that you're used to, like you only use a certain kind of syrup, you kind of need to stick with that because you like what you like. You get used to what you get used to. Look how much darker that is with just that 1/4 cup. That's way darker than that other. Way darker. We may not like that, but you know what? We might. All right, we need a couple of teaspoons of this vanilla. Okay. We need a dash of salt. Dash. We need 1.5 teaspoons of flour. I'm actually using self-rising flour. I don't know that that really matters. That's what I'm doing. All right. So we mix this up. Get our other deep dish crust. So you don't even have to have an electric mixer to do this. You could do this in your college dorm with a air fryer. Anybody could do it. All right, here we go. The 1.5 cups of pecans. 1. I mean, these are monster pecans. They look awesome. They are awesome. It's everything I can do to just not start eating out of that box. I don't think I'd get approval from my supervisor for that. Okay, so we got the butter, we got the sugar, we got the eggs, we got the syrup, we got the vanilla, we got the salt, we got the flour. All right, here we go. We're going to pour this in there. It really is an unbelievable difference in the color of this syrup, of this pie filling. Somebody's going to point that out when we cook it. Somebody's going to go, or when we serve it, somebody's going to say, hey, this ain't right. What happened to you today? And I'm going to say, I just followed orders. Okay. How is Tammy doing? She's doing really good. She's upstairs doing stuff with the cookbook and the web page today. ColorValleyCooks.com. Like I said, any stuff that I'm using, the pecans, all this stuff is all on her link for her channel. All right. 350 because my oven runs hot, cool. If your oven runs hot, 325. It's all up to your oven. If it starts burning, cover the crust. Okay. So I guess this will be kind of cool. We'll have two different colors of pie. Be nice for decorative purposes. Okay, now we got those in. Now my job, it's not over yet. Y'all got kind of excited because y'all thought it was over. I know. My job now is to make, also in volume 1 of her cookbook. And this is what our family's always, my grandmother always had one of these two pies, almost always made. And we always had them at Thanksgiving. French coconut pie. Now this one, anything that says French on it or has the word French is going to have a lot of butter. Just go ahead and mark it. It's going to have butter. This has a stick of butter, a stick of melted butter. Okay. So here we go. Stick of butter. No wonder it's so good. All right, I'm going to put paper towel over this and put this in the microwave. All right, so there that goes. So let's look at this. Same thing, 325. We want the butter. We want sugar, 3/4 cup of sugar. Okay. So I need a 1/4 cup. I've got a 1/3. Here's a 1/4 cup right here. Okay. So I need 3/4 cups of sugar. You know what? I don't like the way this is working out. 3/4 cups. Like I said, get good sugar. You get what you pay for. Don't get cheap sugar. When you're making stuff for the holidays, you have to make less but still have this good stuff. Use the good stuff and make a little less. We all need to lose weight anyway, don't we? All right, so I got 3/4 cups of sugar. I'm supposed to get 3 eggs. All right. I think this pie is called something different in a lot of places, but I can't think. Oh, this says to use 4 eggs because I'm making a deep dish. Yeah, I think this is called something different in different places. If you know what else it's called, let me know. All right, so I got my sugar. I need 4 eggs. Hopefully we won't have an issue like we had a while ago with the eggs. All right, 1. Here's a big old egg. We got a variety of egg sizes. 2. I'm doing this like this in case these eggs are bad. I just don't want to sling a bad egg in there and then have an issue. All right, 4 eggs. All right, let me wash my hands and get the butter. All right, the butter. And what happened to my, oh, here it is. Let me wash off my whisk too, guys. I don't need all that pecan pie syrup on my whisk. Okay, we're in good shape there. All right, so let's mix up the eggs and the sugar. And then I'll throw the butter in there. Okay. Teaspoon of vanilla. Seems to be a theme. Teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. There's that. Half a cup of buttermilk. I got buttermilk right here. Let's see if I got half a cup. I do. I may have to open another buttermilk. All right, so there's your buttermilk. If you've never had this pie, I'd recommend you try it. It's very good. A little sweet and sour kind of thing going on there with it. Okay, now my other pie crust, I got these Marie Callender's. Let me cut this. Get a knife. And again, like I said, none of my grandmothers used made a pie crust. I'm sure they could have. They could do everything else that they wanted to do. Definitely could. If they cook something, I guarantee you want to eat it. You would want to eat it. So I'm sure they can make a pie crust if it struck them. Okay. Here we go. That's a pretty looking crust right there. All right, I'm supposed to put in 1.5 cups of flaked coconut. We use Baker's sweetened. Okay, that's what we use. Do not, with this pie, don't overdo it with the coconut. If anything, you want to underdo it with the coconut. If you put too much coconut in it, it makes it kind of dry. It's not as good. So just don't think, oh, I'm going to put extra coconut to make it better. That's not going to work. Okay, so what did I say? 1.5 cups. And I'm going to go light. I mean, I don't want to go so light that it doesn't even get in there. Okay, there we go. All right, there's 1/2. 2 halves. Yeah, I have made this before, not under the supervision of Tammy, and put too much coconut in it, and it was not as good. And she said, "What did you do?" And I said, "I don't know." She said, "There's too much coconut in here." And I said, "I think you're right," which was the right answer. All right, we do it the same way we did the pecans. We put the coconut in, then we pour the filling on top. That's all there is to that. Okay. Now, let's get the oven rack. I got 2 racks. The upper rack I put the pecans. The lower rack I'm putting the French coconut. Okay. Come on to me, French coconut. Okay. Now I got to make one more of these. Might as well leave y'all on here and keep making it. We'll talk to each other. Yeah, you can make this pie. Somebody said they would omit the coconut. You can leave the coconut out and just make that pie. There's buttermilk pies. There's, like I said, it's whatever the other names are of this, but this is always what we called. Everybody where I'm from always call this a French coconut pie. So I don't know why, other than call it what they said to call it. All right, so I'll just leave y'all on here. We'll just keep talking. But yeah, Tammy's working. Her YouTube channel, because it's Thanksgiving coming up, is doing really well because people, this is the time of year everybody goes on, they try to figure out how to make all these recipes and stuff. So we naturally get a lot of views. And what we have found, well, let me start this. What we have found with YouTube is if you're getting good views, if you got a YouTube channel, this is a good tip for you. If you're getting good views, don't mess with it. Don't put on another video on top of that, because that kind of changes up your what's happening. Okay, it changes up the momentum, I guess is the best way to put it. So if we're getting good views, we leave it alone. We don't put a new video on. So my channel, I'm right this second not getting thousands of views an hour. So why not put it on my channel? You know, let's just have a good time together. All right, so I need, let's go to the recipe. I got the butter melting. 3, 1, 2, 3/4 cups of sugar. All right, done. 3 eggs. All right, I can do that. Actually, 4 eggs, because I forgot we're doing the super duper recipe. Okay. The deep dish recipe. All right, so we got our butter sitting there. 4 eggs. Here we go. Uno. B. Three. Quattro. All right, 4 eggs. Put that up. I'm making a little bit of a mess. Just a touch. Just a touch. Yep, if you're not a really good cook, you can't make cakes and decorate them and ice them and all that kind of stuff, volunteer to make the pies for Thanksgiving. Because I'm telling you guys, seriously, can't hardly mess it up. You don't have to have a mixer. And I could have mixed, 2 of these at once and 2 of the pecan ones at once. But I don't like having to figure out what's half of, half of 3/4 of this. That's hard. That's hard on my brain. Okay. Vanilla. This is easy. This is easy. All right. And then the coconut. That's all we need. So we got the butter. We got the sugar. Oh, buttermilk. Woo, y'all. Man, I thought I forgot that buttermilk. Y'all would have been in so much trouble if I forgot that buttermilk. They would have put y'all in jail. All right, I need a 1/2 cup. Yeah, 1/2 cup. You know what? I didn't shake up that buttermilk. So I'm pouring this part out. I know that's wasteful, but I'm going to tell you what's really be a waste if I mess this pie up. So I'm just going to have to bite the bullet on that buttermilk, because this is a new 1/2 gallon. And that was pretty runny what I poured out there. Now it's what we want. So buttermilk, check. Now stir it up. And get our coconut on in there. And again, this is a deep dish crust. Nice deep dish. Marie Calendar. Makes a pretty pie crust here, guys, I think. One and a half cups. Oh my Lord, what have I done? Did y'all always wonder, like when you were growing up, why your dad would like destroy cereal boxes and packages and stuff like I just did? I did. I always wondered why he couldn't just open stuff the right way instead of slinging stuff everywhere and tearing up the box and making it where you couldn't shut it back. He did that all the time. I'm glad I'm not like him. I'm glad that oh my Lord, fix stuff where it's like just perfect, That's the way I like to think of it. Okay. And like I said, don't overdo it on the coconut. You will be sorry. You're going to be sorry. You know what I didn't do? Because it's not in the directions. Just put a little dash of salt. But this it's not as sweet as that other pie, and the butter is salted, and there's a whole stick of butter. So I guess you really don't need that pinch of salt. I guess. Y'all pretty shaky there. Y'all need to. Y'all okay? Having a diabetic fit? Yep. And unfortunately, you guys are not going to get to see unless I put some pictures on there. Maybe what I'll do is once these get done, I could take a picture of the pies and man, y'all are, that thing shakes when you move it. Take a picture of the pies when they're done and put it on the thumbnail. That would work, but there's no reason for us to sit here and try to talk to each other for an hour or an hour and a half. I like to talk, but I don't like to talk that much. So I guess I will say bye to you guys. Thanks for watching Nichols Retirement Empire. Any of the stuff that we're using here, or if you've never looked at my wife's page, go look at that. She's got a ton of every kind of Southern recipe and non-Southern recipe stuff that you can think of. Cookbooks. She's got 4 cookbooks. She's got all these great tools and stuff that we use. It makes it where even a guy like me can make a pie. So anyway, thanks for watching. See if I can figure out how to say bye to you guys. Here we go. Bye.